You would never achieve great success or significant success with anything in life until it first becomes an obsession. And to drive this point across, I would like to just tell you a story today. In the late 1920s, early 1930s, when Henry Ford and Ford Motor Group were basically just ramping production for the Ford V8 motor vehicle, Henry Ford had a design for the engine. The design was simply to fit all 8-cylinder cast engine in one block, basically. But as simply as that sound, at the time it was a feat that was assumed to be impossible because nobody has basically done it at the time. But that was the design Henry Ford had for this new line of motor production, and he was hell bent on having that design. So he went to his production plant, summoned all of his engineers, some of the best engineers in the United States at the time, summoned all of them, summoned some of the best scientists in the country at the time, and showed them the design, that this is the design that I have for this new line of production. How do we go about achieving this design? And basically all of the engineers, all of the scientists, everybody said to Henry Ford that it was impossible to have all 8-cylinder cast engine block fitted in one engine block. But Henry Ford, being an obsessed person, said, I don't mind, just go ahead and make me this design. He left them at the production plant, traveled back to the head office. 6 months passed by, no results. Another 6 months passed by, still absolutely no result. Now, by the end of the year, Henry Ford returned back to the production plant and asked the engineers and scientists, how far, what is the progress with this work? And still, once again, they gave him the same feedback they gave him from the start of the year. This is absolutely impossible. We cannot have all 8-cylinder fitted in one block. And then Ford said something that to me is like the most interesting part of this entire story. He said, go right ahead. I want it and I will have it. This is me quoting the exact recorded word of Henry Ford. He said, go right ahead. I want it and I will have it. And almost like at a stroke of magic, somehow the engineers were able to figure out a way to have all 8-cylinder casted in one engine block. And that basically sets the standard for automobile engine design up until this very today. But Henry Ford was only able to achieve that feat because he had an obsession that both the expertise of the engineer and the scientist were not able to discourage. Now, bringing all of that, this story, the lessons from this story to our financial literacy, our financial targets for next year, basically, you should possess the exact same kind of obsession that Henry Ford had. Say to yourself, I want this and I will have it no matter what. Because throughout all of recorded history, it is this kind of obsession that has basically made the impossible possible throughout all of known recorded human history. So guys, that was basically it. I remain Monaco Daniel, the mastermind trader from the world's most populous Black nation. Remember, we are still doing financial awareness, financial discovery. So fourth day, take inventories of your cash flow. By tomorrow, we will review all of that. I'll see you in the next video.